Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 6. We'll explain a material about evaluation and supervision of guidance and counseling service in school. First, we will introduce our group members, namely me, Abdul Hanan, as a moderator, Arzahra Farzana Mirza, Intan Agus Riani, and Laila Khairani. That's all for the opening by me. We continue to the discussion.
Okay, my name is Azahra Farzana Mirza, and I will explain about definition of evaluation of guidance and counseling services. So, according to Suharsimi Arikunto in 2004, page 1, evaluation is an activity to collect information about how something works, which is then used to determine the right alternative in making decision. According to Staff Liburn, in Wharton and Sanders, evaluation is the process of delegating, obtaining, and providing useful information for judging decision alternative. There are several elements contained in the evaluation, namely the existence of a process, acquisition, description, provision of useful information, and alternative decision. Next, there are types of guidance and counseling evaluation. First, program evaluation is an effort to determine success and the weakness or failure of a program made carefully, accurately, in accordance with the standards or criteria of evaluated object. Second, process evaluation is an assessment of program implementation to provide feedback on the object that has been evaluated. It aims to determine the extent to which the effectiveness of the guidance services is seen from the process. And the third, evaluation of result is an assessment carried out to find out client acquisition after attending guidance and counseling services. It aims to obtain information on the effectiveness of guidance services seen from the results.
Understand the evaluation step. According to Mamat Supriyatna 2012-83, in carrying out program evaluation, there are several things that must be taken, namely 1. Formulate a problem or question. This question related to what is being evaluated, namely the level of implementation program and the level of achievement of program objective. 2. Developing or compiling a data collection instrument. The instrument include questionnaires, interview guidelines, observation guidelines, and questionnaires documentation study. 3. Collect data analysis. Once obtained, the data must be analyzed, which is a study of what has been and has not been implemented, as well as the objective, what has been and has not been achieved. 4. Follow-up. This activity includes two activities, namely improving things that are seen as weak, less precise, or relevant to the objective to be achieved, and developing the program by changing or adding some things that are deemed necessary to improve program effectiveness or quality.
Okay, I'm Laila Khairani 2060-81. I will explain about definition of supervision of guidance and counseling services. According to George Erteri, fact number 17 until 18, supervision is the discovery and application of method and equipment to ensure that plans are implemented according to what has been said. Supervision includes continuation of work to see if activities are carried in accordance with plans. The implementation of activities is evaluated and unwanted deviation are corrected so that goals and be achieved well. Supervision is important in the implementation of services guidance and counseling so that deviation do not occur in implementation. Program implementation in the form of activities guidance and counseling services needs supervision and assessment so that there are no deviation and the result can be known. Next, about purpose of guidance and counseling supervision. Number 1, increase counselor ability in analyzing learning environment. Number 2, increase counselor ability in compiling and carry out the program guidance and counseling in school. Number 3, assist the counselor ability to plan learning through guidance and counseling services. Number 4, assess the counselor ability to implement learning process through guidance and counseling services. Number 5, assess the counselor ability to use media and learning research. Number 6, assess the counselor ability to implement mentorship program guidance and counseling at school. And then, number 7, assess the counselor ability to improve student learning outcomes.
Okay, I will explain the last material. The stage of supervision in guidance and counseling. The first stage is standard setting stage. The objectives are as targets, quotas, and targets for implementing activities that are used as benchmark in decision making. The second stage is the stage of determining the measurement of the implementation of activities. Use a basis for the implementation of activities carried out appropriately. The third stage is the stage of measurement of activity implementation. And the fourth stage is stage comparison of implementation with standards and analysis of deviations to find out the cause of deviation and as a decision-making tool. And the last stage is corrective action taking stage. To make improvements in the implementation, this supervision is carried out by the school principal or madrasah principal on the implementation of guidance and counseling service, carried out guidance and counseling teachers or related parties such as homeroom teachers, I-teacher students, cooperation of guidance and counseling teachers with parents and other experts. Okay, that's all for our explanation about material today. Thank you for the attention and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.